In a recent video, I was talking about bird language, and it's an interesting study. So I'm not, or don't define myself really as a bird watcher, but I'm very tuned in to the language of birds in the area I live in, and most areas I go to, I take some time to learn at least some of the major bird species in an area, because they give me a lot of information that I find very interesting. One of the ways to develop that awareness of what species are in your area is to walk around the forest or the bush after a windy day. Because after a windy day and after the breeding season particularly, in terms of usually around spring to early summer for most species in Australia here, you'll get a lot of nests blown out of trees. Nests that have been used and they're done with. Okay? It sometimes happens during the storms over the winter and pre-early spring area, but you often will find birds' nests on the ground. Probably about maybe a decade ago, I started collecting those nests. Initially, it was for a very pragmatic reason. I mean, a bird's nest like this provides me with an instant tinder bundle. So from a firelighting point of view, for my camp, whether I'm doing survival sort of walkabout time or just camping, this is the perfect receptacle and the perfect tinder bundle, made by an absolute master. I mean, look at this guy. This guy I've taken from the tracker camp here at the survival school, just down the way a bit. But this guy's got bits of baling twine built into his nest, some parachute cord, some Oldsmanbia, the Usnea species that occurs around here, some more, it's a cotton wool, and the rest is just an incredible arrangement of the various tree species of bark. So I can see some stringy bark, some tallow wood, a whole stack of different plant species, and she oak has lined the middle section of this nest. So I don't know specifically what bird species made this particular nest, but that's going to be something I'm keen to find out. And there's a few references that will help me do that. Sometimes it's observation. Sometimes I have to sort of look at that nest, get the picture in it, and whilst I'm doing my nature awareness stuff, I'm looking around for nests of similar size and similar construction. Because most bird species, almost like a thumbprint or fingerprint, make their nests in a particular way. This guy's even got it threaded through a stick. Whether that was part of a failure point that caused it to fall from the tree, who knows? But it's just an incredible masterpiece in its own right. And it's been made by a small bird. So I'm looking at a bird around about this size. It's not a big bird. Maybe something the size of a magpie lark, but we'll find out over the course of time. So this is something you can do as part of a nature study process. We're constantly learning. No human being lives long enough to learn all of the available information that's present in any given ecosystem. It's just too much. So we have to park our ego and just be an open receptacle for new information. And I don't need to get that information necessarily all the time from a book, from a library, or from the internet. Sometimes I can learn it myself. I can sit long enough, sit still enough, use my eyes, use my ears, so the full gamut of my sensory input options, and really tune in to what's there. I mean, I find amazing examples of construction like this. What a terrific opportunity just to sit back and learn from the master. That is an incredible piece of workmanship. And I keep them. I long ago stopped being able to just torch them and burn them as part of my firelighting regime. I can do that pretty well easily with other stuff. That was almost an insult to the workmanship that's gone into a bird's nest like that. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. This is something we can all do. It doesn't matter if you just visit the bush or the park occasionally. When you find these things, and you're usually going to be on the ground right in front of your next football, stop, pick them up and have a good look. You'll learn a lot about the incredible diversity, intelligence, and fascinating competence of other species of animals. So as part of a nature awareness sort of concept, it probably is a good thing to learn about all of nature, not just the selected bits. So there you have it. There's a bird's nest. Go and find one. Have a good look at it. Learn. Learn from these masters. Learn all the incredible things they have to teach us.